watch collector or just someone who enjoys wearing a watch, there's a few things you can do to make sure your watch is taken care of and is not going to let you down, not going to fall off your wrist or wear out quicker than it should. One major part of taking care of a watch is making sure that you keep it clean. Just like a car, you don't want to wait until you need a full overhaul of the engine to clean the car. That's something you can do in between going to the mechanic. Just like with your watch. Keeping it clean between visits to the watchmaker is the best way to make sure that it's going to last multiple generations. The worst thing that could happen with a wristwatch is having it fall off of your wrist. And that usually has to do with not maintaining the strap or the bracelet. Sometimes leather straps, as they wear out, will actually stretch and become thin, exposing the spring bars, which can then catch on a jacket or a backpack strap, release, and then the watch will fall off of your wrist. So making sure you switch out your strap regularly is not only good hygiene, but it's also going to save your watch. Same thing goes for bracelets. A watch on a bracelet that gets dirty will constantly be moving with that dirt and oil in the links, and that will actually polish the bracelet and the pins, and polishing removes material. So the pins will wear out, the links will wear out, and then it might break and fall off of your wrist. Luckily, it's relatively easy to keep a watch clean, especially if it's a water-resistant watch. If you have a watch on a strap and you don't want to get the strap wet, if it's leather or maybe a fabric strap, you could just take the strap off the watch using a spring bar tool and then use a little bit of soap and water on a clean, soft bristle toothbrush and go ahead and just clean out between the lugs of the watch, around the bezel, anywhere that dirt and grime collects. Then you can dry it off. It's quite simple. If you have a leather strap, you'll want to replace that regularly. It's not something that is designed to last as long as the watch. It's designed to be replaced. They wear out. They'll absorb all sorts of sweat, humidity, moisture in the air. Certain straps might last longer, an exotic skin like alligator. Those are a little more resilient when it comes to moisture and body oils. Or if you have a shell cordovan strap, that's going to last a bit longer than a standard leather strap. Now, a bracelet is designed to last much longer. It should be able to last the life of the watch if it's taken care of. But because there's so many moving parts in a bracelet, that movement with a dirty bracelet can lead to the bracelet failing prematurely. So this particular watch had a spring bar that was a bit dirty, and within the hole that the spring bar sits, it got jammed up. And then the watch fell off the wrist. That can happen with a dirty watch. So what we want to do, before we just put it back together, we want to take it completely apart, remove all the spring bars, like these ones here. Want to remove the bracelet by taking this spring bar off and this spring bar off, so that we can clean the bracelet separately from the watch. Because the watch is perfectly fine. It's running well and doesn't need a service, so we can clean it just with a soft bristled toothbrush and some soap and water. But we want to put the bracelet into the ultrasonic and clean out some of the spring-loaded parts that are in the clasp so that they snap together properly and function properly once again. I also see that there are some loose screws in the bracelet links here, so I'll tighten those down as well. Not want to place a watch with a movement inside of it into an ultrasonic cleaning machine. That will actually cause the oils that are located at the pivots of the watch to bounce off of the pivots and go into all the places that they should not go. You will have droplets of oil splattering all within the movement, and that will not be good for the watch. So the watch case itself, with a movement in it, should never go in an ultrasonic tank. After cleaning a watch bracelet, sometimes they don't move the same way they did before. Some of the metal might feel sticky. The clasp might not snap together and open back up the way that it should, and that is usually because the metal surfaces are so clean and oil-free that they actually kind of stick together. So what we do in that case is we take a little bit of beeswax, and we take that beeswax where those two pieces of metal snap together, and we just put a little bit of beeswax on there so that there's a little bit of lubrication that will stay put, and that will get the bracelet functioning nice and smooth again.